One of the distinctive abilities of the gun is the significant amount of firepower it can put into a target in very short order. The GAU-8 is a complex piece.
Imagine you're on a battlefield. It's loud, it's chaotic, and things aren't looking good. Then you hear it. A low, distant hum that sounds more like a vacuum cleaner than a fighter jet. Seconds later, that sound is the signature of the A-10 Thunderbolt II, famously known as a Warthog. It's a plane that shouldn't really work on paper. It's slow and they say it's ugly, but in my opinion, I think it's the best looking one. And it's built around a gun the size of a car. But for ground troops, it's the most beautiful sight in the sky. Today, we are looking at why the A-10 is the ultimate nightmare for anyone standing on the wrong side of its barrel. To understand the A-10, you have to understand one thing. The designers didn't build a plane and then put a gun on it. They took a massive canoe and built a plane around it. This gun is the GAU-8 Avenger. It's a 30mm Gatling gun with 7 barrels. To give you an idea of the size, if you took the gun out of the plane, it's actually longer than a Volkswagen Beetle. It fires shells the size of a beer bottles at a rate of 3,900 rounds per minute. When this gun fires, the recoil is so intense that if the engines weren't pushing the plane forward, the gun would actually slow the aircraft down. It doesn't just shoot targets, it shreds tanks, armored trucks, and bunkers simply disappear when the Warthog opens up. Now, usually planes are fragile. They're made of light aluminum to stay safe. But the A-10 isn't a normal plane, it's a flying tank. The pilot sits in what's called a Titanium Bathtub. It's a 1,200 pound shell of solid armor that can take direct hits from high caliber Russian anti-aircraft rounds and keep the pilot safe. The designers knew the A-10 would have to fly low and slow to help troops on the ground, which makes it an easy target. So they built it to survive the impossible. It has 2 engines, but it can fly with just one. It has 2 tails, but it only needs one. Even if the hydraulic systems are completely shot out, the pilot can switch to manual reversion. This means they can literally pull on steel cables to move the wings and fly the plane home by hand. You might notice the engines are sitting high up on the back of the plane. That wasn't for style. By putting the engines up there, the heat they produce is hidden from heat-seeking missiles on the ground. Plus, it allows the plane to take off from bumpy dirt runways that would destroy a fancy F-35. There's a weird fact about the A-10. You actually see the damage before you hear the gun, because the bullets travel faster than the speed of sound. The target is hit before the sound of the gun arrives. For friendly troops, that sound is the sound of hope. For the enemy, it's the sound of the end. It's a psychological weapon as much as a physical one. There are stories from various conflicts where enemy soldiers simply surrendered the moment they saw the A-10 shells appearing over the horizon. The Air Force has tried to retire the A-10 many times. They say it's too old or too slow for modern wars with high-tech missiles. But every time they try, the ground troops and commanders speak up. Why? Because no other plane can do what the Warthog does. It can get down in the mud, look the enemy in the eye, and provide the kind of protection that a high-flying drone just can't match. The A-10 Thunderbolt II isn't the fastest jet in the sky. It isn't the prettiest, but in the history of warfare, few machines have ever been as effective at their job. It's a masterpiece of engineering that proves sometimes simple and tough is better than the fast and fragile. So next time you see a video of a Warthog diving in for a run, remember you're looking at the most feared ugly duckling in the military history. What do you think? Should the A-10 stay in the service forever, or is it time for something new? Thanks for watching.